The following is a presentation of the Greater Ontario Hockey League.
Hi everybody and welcome inside the historic Chatham Memorial Arena for a GOHL Spotlight game powered by Collins Clothiers as the Chatham Maroons get set to play host to the Waterloo Siskins. Today the Maroons put a bow on their 2025 Sutherland Cup Championship celebrations. Last year the Maroons provided a thrilling run to capture the GOHL's top prize. After finishing second in the regular season, Chatham took down Elmira, beat Stratford in 7 games. What a game for Chatham! Beat St. Mary's in 7 games on the road to win the Western Conference as Bassick does his lap around the ice with a trophy and then beat St. Catharines in 6 to win the Sutherland Cup. And for the first time in 26 years, and for the second time in franchise history, Maroon Magic reigns again. The Chatham Maroons are Sutherland Cup champions.
That group is probably one of the best groups I've ever seen. They're so close. They do everything right, and they're just good kids. Like, take hockey aside, we have a good group of kids, and I can't speak highly enough of that.
There were memorable moments throughout the run, which are now immortalized inside the arena.
Coming to the rink every day, it makes it easy, kind of just having a good environment around you and kind of just coming to the rink and being happy. That's kind of what I enjoyed most out of this season. But yeah, Kent, my line mates, LaChance and Richter, I mean, obviously those two are great players. And yeah, all credit to my teammates and obviously, especially those two.
A big component of that team was forward Carter Chadwick, the GOHL playoff MVP. This season, he's continued his success with 29 points and 17 goals, including 9 on the power play, which leads the league. Speaking of league leaders, the Maroons have the league leader in goals, who was part of the championship team last year in Trevor Zanuto. Zanuto has taken his game to another level this year as he has 24 goals in 31 games and sits 5th in the league with 43 points. Zanuto has formed a dynamic duo this year with Ewan McChesney. McChesney has 32 points in 30 games and will center the top line today. Ian LaChance is a big piece of the run of the Sutherland Cup last year as well. The native of Timmins, Ontario, returned for his second GOHL season this year and has 28 points in 28 games. The Maroons also have a new face in their lineup today, Chatham-born forward Parker Graham. Graham began the season with the Camoka Kings and was just acquired by the Maroons yesterday morning. He'll make his Chatham debut tonight. In goal, the Maroons send out Viljami Kukala. Kukala has played 12 games this year and has a .327 goals against and a .902 save percentage. For their opponent today, the Waterloo Siskins, they've had a strong season to date, sitting firmly in the playoff picture. They've had a solid performance from 16-year-old Kitchener Rangers prospect Logan Massamy. The Scarborough native has 10 points in 27 games on the blue line. Elsewhere in the lineup, David Bodzai has made a mark. He's got 27 points in 28 games in his 20-year-old season. Today in Chatham, forward Charlie Fast has been called up by the Siskins to make his GOHL debut. He's the captain of the U18 Waterloo Wolves, where he has 14 points in 20 games. On the back end, defenseman Aaron Howell makes his season debut, called up from the U18 Wolves as well. He's got 11 points in 20 games this year at the U18 level. In goal, another affiliate player for Waterloo is Kobe Nadelin, has been called up from the Woodstock Navy Vets. Nadelin has appeared in 1 game this year for Waterloo, a 37-save victory over Strathroy. Before the ring presentation ceremony at ice level, let's get to our captain's comments to relive what made last year special and talk about today's matchup with members of last year's championship team and Jake Middleton of the Waterloo Siskins.
Such a tight group. I've never played on a team that was such a family in the room, off the ice, on the ice. Just everybody loved each other. Everybody went to war for each other. Our coaches had our backs, we had theirs, and it was just a really tight-knit group, and I loved it.
I think one thing that stands out to me is Game 7 versus St. Mary's, going down 2-0. I think about it every day, honestly. I really do. If we don't come back, we don't go to the finals, we don't win. And going down 2-0 to, I'd call them a powerhouse in St. Mary's. I think the whole entire league had St. Mary's winning, and to be able to upset them, I mean, that was awesome. And to be able to go down 2-0 and coming back, that just shows that last year's team was a family. We were so close, and it was that's one thing that stands out to me is going down 2-0 in Game 7.
Game 7, obviously, in St. Mary's, we're up 3-1 in the series, and they come back, they crawl back, and force a Game 7 in their barn. It's not easy to go in there and to win a game, but We did that. That was a huge moment in the playoffs. I think that's kind of where we knew as a team that we were going to win the whole thing. After we were down 2-0 in Game 7, come back and win that game. Obviously, Game 7 here against Stratford was also a huge one. They were a very good team, very good defensively, so we didn't have much that entire series. But, yeah, it was a very close game. It was a good game. And I think Game 5 against St. Catharines here in Chatham was the biggest game in Sutherland Cup, like finals-wise. I wasn't playing that game, but when we won that game, that's a defining point. When we go to St. Catharines, we win 100% of the time. I knew as a team that we knew that it was going to be a win, and we were going to win in Game 6.
Obviously, my first year junior, I knew winning was huge, but I didn't know it was that big. And then until I got to Chatham, really, and how bad they wanted it, and it was really cool. Like it meant way more than I thought it would. Like, you know, you want to win, but what it meant was a lot, and I'll think about that for the rest of my life for sure.
I think us watching them get the rings is going to be something maybe a little bit inspirational and what we're looking to work towards. But, I mean, we got to also stay in the moment and be present on what we have ahead of us. And we're playing a first-place team here, and we got to really compete. It's a big game for us. I mean, we're a tight family, and we can win any game. Looking at last game, I mean, we didn't get the result that we wanted. But, I mean, we can win this game. We can go into the season pretty much happy.
Now as the Sutherland Cup gets presented on the ice by GOHL Executive Director Tim Simmons, let's go down to ice level where the players will receive their rings.
Jackson 14 Smith. Logan Berna. Goaltender Sammy DeBlasi. And your captain of the 2024-25 Sutherland Cup champs, Blake Richard Santo. Assistant coach Sean Connors. Assistant coach and this year's head coach and general manager, Brendan Feasy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024-2025 Sutherland Cup champs, Chatham Maroons.
A memorable celebration in the books to tie together a memorable run, and now we're ready for what should be a good one in the back half of the home-and-home between these two teams. It's the Maroons, it's the Siskins, it's a spotlight game with Christmas around the corner, and Puck Drop is next on 519 Sports.
Merry Christmas!
Just put wide there on that chance by Avery McNamara. At the line, Damon Radley. Radley fires from distance, Kukala the save, and he will hold on. In below the goal line, centering feed, bouncing puck comes up to Cienko. Cienko from distance, his shot misses the net. Back after it, Murda, he gets leveled by Carter Kucher. And that's going to be a penalty here on the Maroons, as now players getting into it at center ice. Kucher gets tied up right away after he laid the hit on the far wall. It's Radley feeding him rights. Linesman trying to break it up. They're all tied up here, as Damon Radley and Carter Kucher got into it on the far wall. Far side through center, Chadwick. Chadwick into the high slot. Chadwick, a shot blocked by Merritt. Siskins have a chance the other way, 2-on-1. Chadwick trying to get back, he will. Merritt in over the blue line, fires a shot, he scores! Carter Merritt, his first of the season, as he motions to the crowd to get the people of Chatham fired up. It's 1-0 Siskins. Cienko to McChesney. McChesney to Lisi. Lisi working in. Lisi sharp angle. Tried to put it top shelf. Put it over the net instead. Dockstader from the line. His shot gloved easily by Nadlin, who will hold on. Cienko trying to get it to the line. It's forced out to center by Merritt. Merritt for Maltby. Maltby in over the blue line. Smothered by Kucher. Kucher sends it out to center. Here's Macy. Macy watched by Graham. Macy in over the blue line. Leveled by Kucher, who's throwing his weight around early. Edwards on the backhand, look to center for Chadwick. Bouncing puck, Edwards to the line. Chadwick Dockstader from distance, tipped on goal, saved by Nadeline. Good deflection from Ian Lachance, and then Carter Chadwick lays the body down low and gets the crowd fired up. Merritt for Hodge. Hodge sends it into the Chatham end. Murda trying to slip past Harding, he will. Murda to the slot, plays it down low, one-timer. Great left pad saved by Kukala. Lucks it out to neutral ice, here's Harding. Harding sends it past to Zanudo. Dying seconds here of this first period. As time winds down, we'll throw it over to Blaine Bassick and Jackson Fortier Smith for our first intermission interview, talking about the Maroons' run to the Sutherland Cup title last year.
I think this ring kind of shows just the hard work we put in for a whole year. Kind of like what Forts just said, like the boys came together really good, and I think this kind of just sums up the great year we had together. Playoff memories, I think both of our Game 7 wins, and then obviously our final win there. Man, those guys worked so hard out there, and just to win that final buzzer one each time, it was nice.
Words can't describe it. It's an awesome feeling to see all the fellas again. Get this award for just such an incredible playoff run. Definitely all the teammates, the coaches, great support staff. Bill, really appreciate the support, especially for the rings. The rings are amazing, huge, heavy, great quality, well-deserved after a good playoff run. It's big thanks to everyone a part of the organization.
King. Siskins force it out to neutral ice. Ferentz brings it back in. Drew Ferentz fires a shot, saved by Kobe Nadeline, and he will hold on. Works it around the end boards. Skinner centering feed. Graham looking for it. Comes back up to Dockstader. His shot from distance, saved by Nadeline. Trying to get it over towards Simons. It'll come back to Oliver, who goes off the boards, and Maltby gets it out to center. Maltby plays it to a man in space. It's Middleton. Middleton firing. Glove save Kukala. He'll hold on, and then Zanudo lays the body after the whistle on Jake Middleton, which will draw a crowd as Macy and Kuchar get into it. Middleton slow to get to his feet here in the Chatham end. Kuchar, cross-ice feed, Dockstader now for Skinner. Skinner in over the blue line. Skinner towards the corner, kept away by Massamy. Bouncing puck, Kuchar steps into his man, and the crowd loves it. That misfires, penalty coming up here. It's gonna go against the Siskins. Priddle's out to center, Priddle for Skinner. He's in offside, and then a big collision. Priddle gets taken down. Kuchar back after his man on the far side, it was Merritt. The officials try to break everything up. Skinner for Chadwick. Chadwick back for Wood. Wood winding in, throws it on goal, save Nadeline, rebound loose. Lachance can't bury it. Bouncing puck comes back, and it'll be cleared by the Siskins. Priddle up high, Genov. Genov, far side feed, handled by Chadwick. Chadwick facing pressure, backhands it out front. Lachance looking for it, loose down low, and they score. Guess who? It's Jackson Priddle. From the ice to the back of the net. We're tied at 1. King in the corner. Dying seconds of the period. And that'll do it for the second frame. After a busy and chaotic second period, we will head into the second intermission and find Maroons championship winning head coach Richard Santos and current captain and huge part of last year's team, Dylan Richter, for an intermission interview.
It's surreal. You coming back, you see the boys here, everybody's going off in their own direction, but yet you come in and it's everyone's smiling, everyone's a family still, everyone's hugging, everyone's crying. So for me, it's an opportunity that I get to make lifelong friends. Game 7 here was unbelievable. The atmosphere was unbelievable. You walked behind the bench and you just got absolute chills. Then winning Game 7 in St. Mary's, for everyone that predicted St. Mary's to win and us as the underdog that came in and beat them, it meant everything. And Jeff Bradley is such a great coach, and for me to be able to go toe to toe with him is an honor in its own. And for us to come out victorious in their barn in a packed house, and our fans showing up big that time was amazing. So for me, it was the run, it was the everyday grind, it was coming to the rink, having our strategy, putting it onto paper, putting it onto the ice, and then watching these kids actually execute it was phenomenal. Bill and Karen have done so much for me, giving me my start in junior hockey as a head coach and having faith in me, and I can never thank them enough for that. What they do for the community is amazing. They fill this barn up every week. These fans come here, they're loud. Everybody knows Chatham for their fans. Everyone that I talk to now in the leagues that I coach in always asks about the Chatham fans. So it's something that will always go down with me into the end of the earth, that these fans were amazing. And then for these rings, like for Bill and Karen to spend the money that they did on us and to be so proud of what we did and what we accomplished as a team, it meant so much to them, and obviously it shows. So I can't thank them enough.
Our ownership did a good job with the rings. They look great. And yeah, it's a special night having a lot of guys from last year back, bringing back memories and celebrating the win one more time. Just the run was kind of special. I mean, we had 2 Game 7s. It wasn't easy for us at all. Battled injuries during playoffs, but we have a deep, tight team. And I think, yeah, just seeing all the guys tonight, how tight we were, and exciting to see them again. And that's why we were successful last year.
Boris Janov sends a pass to Xander Aitken. Aitken up for Trevor Zanuto. Down the far side, Lisi working in, takes a shot, save Nadlin, and he'll hold on. Eric Wood speeds through center. Wood over the red line, fires it in deep. Puck goes around the end boards. Centering pass towards Zanuto, comes up to Lisi. Lisi's shot blocked there by King. What a block from Liam King as the Siskins head the other way. It's Halloran. Halloran fires a shot off the stick of Wood over the glass out of play. Bouncing puck, Merritt trying to clear the zone. Middleton in there. Middleton forces it out to center. Cross-ice feed block. Graham back for Xander Aitken. Aitken gets leveled at the blue line by Carter Merritt. How about that? A goal tonight, now throwing the body around. Harding, centering feed for Priddle. Bouncing puck in the slot. Luxton picks it back up, and the Siskins head the other way. Halfway through this third period. Quick shot save, Kukala. Rebound loose. Luxton in there. Kukala's got it. He'll cover up as Harding takes Luxton down near the Chatham net. Janov off the boards out to center. Bouncing puck, Graham after it. Graham has it in over the blue line. Graham down low, Aitken, pad save Nadlin. What a beauty by Kobe Nadlin to keep this game tied. Sends a pass to McChesney. McChesney towards Zanuto out front. It'll come back to Middleton. Middleton over the red line. Middleton comes in over the blue, leveled by Kucher. Carter Kucher at it again. Battles with McChesney, comes to Zanuto. Zanuto to Lisi. Lisi down low, centering pass, Zanuto a shot, save Nadlin, he's down, he's got it, and we'll get a whistle. Off the face-off, Maroons control, Harding for Sienko. Sienko from distance, tipped on goal, Nadlin the save, rebound loose, Chadwick can't bury it. He gets ripped out of the ice by Merritt, wants a penalty, no arm up anywhere.
Go, Chatham, go! Go, Chatham, go!
Logan Massamy the other way. Massamy working in, makes a move to the slot. He hit the post. What a chance for Massamy, but he rung the iron. Bodzai, the Siskins' leading scorer this season, will carry the puck in his own zone. Bodzai in over the blue line. Bodzai cutting towards the net. Bodzai a chance. Kukala kept it out. Rebound. Kukala got it as well. Unbelievable. And now the puck was played to the high stick by the looks of things, so the face-off will come out to center. Brennan Feasy wants the Maroons to change here. Janov from his own zone for Skinner. Lacey to the bench. Here's Skinner winding in, takes the shot, glove save, Kobe Nadlin, and he'll hold on. Spins a pass to McChesney. He's got some room to work here. McChesney down the wing. McChesney in, plays it out front. Nadlin knocked it down and cut off the pass to keep it tied with 2:30 left in overtime. Siskins head the other way. Massamy for Maltby. Maltby over the blue line. Maltby down low. Massamy couldn't get a shot away. And a penalty's coming up here on Chatham. Waterloo will go to the power play in overtime. Under 2 minutes left in overtime, Jackson Priddle takes a penalty for hooking. The Siskins will call a timeout, drop a play, trying to win this one in the extra frame on the road. It's carried in by Halloran. Halloran hit, comes to Neal. Drake Neal for Massamy. Massamy a shot, save Kukala. Rebound there, Neal from distance, blocked in traffic by Doug Stater, and Kukala will cover up. What a chance for the Siskins, and what a job by the Maroons to keep the puck out. Through center, it's Neal. Neal makes the move over the blue line, collides with Halloran, takes his man down to the far wall. Fans want a penalty, not going to get one as Harding is slow to get to his feet. Zanuto not happy about it. Doc Stater back after it. Doc Stater around the wall, Aitken looking for it, it's out to center. Macy back with it, 5 seconds left in overtime. Macy back around the Siskins net, will play it conservative, and this one is going to need a shootout. Carter Merritt will be the first shooter for Waterloo. The only guy to find the back of the net today for the Siskins. Did it back in the first period at the 8:33 mark at 4-on-4. Now he's 1-on-1 with Viljami Kukala. Merritt works down the far side. Wheeling in, Merritt down low, makes a move, one-handed. Where is it? Kukala kept it out. How about that for an attempt and a great save by Viljami Kukala. Drew Ferentz called upon here for the Maroons in the bottom half of round 1. Looking to get Chatham on the board first in the shootout. Ferentz picks the puck up at center. Stays mostly middle at the left circle, speeding in. Ferentz scores! Drew Ferentz playing to the crowd, gets everybody fired up, and Chatham's up 1-0 in the shootout. Next up for the Siskins, Jackson Halloran. Waterloo down by 1 in the shootout as we enter the top of the second round. Halloran speeding in at the last second, kept out by Kukala. Chatham's a goal away from a win. Alexander Lisi, a chance to win it here for Chatham. Lisi comes in over the blue line. Lisi, stick handles, he scores! The rookie wins it in the shootout for the Maroons. And on the day that they celebrate the 2025 championship team, this massive crowd gets to head home happy for the holidays. They sweep the home and home with the Siskins and win it 2-1 in the shootout.
It all started in overtime. I feel we got called for a penalty there, and I feel like our PK, the guys who sent out, really wanted it, blocking shots, doing a lot for the team. And then obviously our goalie in the shootout went 2 for 2, so that's huge. And then Drew Ferentz as well, scoring the first one, gave me a little confidence and helped me going in, and then kind of picked the puck up at the red line. And then knew I was going somewhere blocker side, and then kind of made a little move to the glove side and then back to my forehand and shot it. We played them back-to-back too on Friday, so obviously the second game, obviously a lot more physical. We played each other 2 days ago, so kind of know how each other play, and like the battle and compete out there was really high, the intensity was really high, and I feel like for myself, just kind of keep up with the older guys and try my best there. We got a really tight group of guys. I feel like all our guys we really fit in well with each other, spend a lot of time together. Even on games we don't play, we're always together, spending time with each other, and then coaching staff is really amazing as well. So I feel like kind of the support from them, the team, and then obviously the fans. Great atmosphere in here, and it's fun to play here every night.
I really don't care if you're 16 years old or 20 years old on the Chatham Maroons. Who's ever going and moving their feet, working hard, putting the team first is going to be on the ice for me. And all year, Alex Lisi's been one of those guys. He goes out there, gives 110 every single shift, puts his head down, gets to the dirty areas, drives pucks hard underneath D's sticks, puts pucks on net. We're working on that release. Maybe less dust and more quick release shots. So we're working on that, and honestly, I think it's showing. He's been snapping the pill really good lately, putting up points. Obviously, it's not all about points. He wants to get to that next level, the OHL. Owen Sound's obviously here quite a bit, being the development league, keeping a close eye on him. I know they're happy with the way he's progressing. So for him, just keep putting his head down and working hard. He's doing the right things. He comes in with the right attitude. Whether he plays 20 minutes a night or 12 minutes a night, he really doesn't care, and he's a positive guy on the bench, and he's not shy of the big moments. As he 16-year-old second shooter, last game before Christmas, can solidify a first place spot for us going into the break, and he's out there and no sweat put in the back of the net. I'm going to obviously give out to Trevor Zanuto. I think he's been fantastic this year overall, right from preseason all the way up till now. I think he may be leading the entire GOHL right now in goals. So for someone that played on our quote-unquote fourth line last year, to being the top goal scorer in the league at Christmas time this year is a heck of an accomplishment. So I want to give him his flowers. He plays the right way. Same thing as Lisi here. He gets to the dirty areas, and that's where you're going to get goals. It's not always going to be pretty on the outside, toe drag, release, whatever it may be. It's going to be a tap in because you're in the right spot and out battling a defenseman. So I'm going to give him a shout out for sure. I'm going to give Carter Kuchar a shout out as well. I thought his last 2 games here before the break has been arguably his best 2 games as a Chatham Maroon since we picked him up last year at the deadline. He's playing physical, playing simple, playing hard, and sticking up for his teammates, and just overall playing the right way. He's been a great addition there, and I think he's showing how much maturity and confidence he has these last 2 games. We did lose a lot of players, but the guys we did bring back are leaders in that room, and as Alex alluded to, it's a very tight group in there. I said it last year, I said it at the start of the year, I think the reason why we did win is we were probably the closest team in the entire GOHL. It's not only game days or practice days and these guys are together. Like, we don't set anything up. We sometimes do some team organized, sessions. We got some spin on Saturdays now that we do as a team. The boys love it. A little bit of yoga. We have stuff like that. But even when we don't organize things, like, they're getting together as groups, doing team dinners just by themselves, hanging out at guys' houses, doing all the right things that good teams do, and then guys step up. We've had a lot of injuries this year. So we know certain guys that maybe have been in out of the lineup, have been in consistently and playing the right way and aren't complaining. Whether they, as I said, same thing with Alex. They don't complain if they have 20, or they don't complain if they have 4 minutes. They go out there and just play the right way. You seen it tonight. Drew Ferentz maybe had 7 to 8 minutes of ice, and he was our first shooter and went out there and put in the back of the net for us. And as you see in our bench erupted, they love that. And just overall, it's a great teammate.
Especially like getting blown out at home really set a fire under our belly, and we just want to come out last game of the year and give it our best shot. Fortunately, we lost in shootout, but we got our point and we built from there. I think it's a step in the right direction. We got the team. We believe in it. Second half of the season, it's always everyone always takes it up a notch. Every game and point matters. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy where the team's at, and I'm sure the rest of the boys are as well.
I'm happy. I think the boys' battle is a good hockey game. That's the first place team in the West, and when you're the first place team in the West, it means something. That's a hard title to get in our division, so it was a good game. I thought it was a playoff atmosphere. The barn was rocking, which we knew, we kind of loved that environment, so it was a good game. I honestly thought the boys stuck to their game plan, stuck to our style of hockey. We referred to it as Siski Buzz. We were buzzing around the ice. On Friday, the boys, including everybody, we thought the game got away from us in the third. We thought we should have had a different outcome. And today we wanted to prove to everybody that we can compete with the top dogs in the West. I think right now we just want to get better every day. Obviously compete for 60 minutes. We look at some of our games throughout the year in the first part, the Cambridge game, we were all over them 40 minutes. Same thing kind of happened to us on Friday, good solid 40 minutes. So it's just trying to be consistent playing those 60 minutes, and I think the boys did a really good job tonight. I think 66 minutes it took, plus a shootout. So at the flip of a coin, it was a good hockey game.
We obviously got the Sutherland Cup rings here tonight. I know everybody's been waiting for these for a long time. As you notice here, they did a really good job with them this year. We got our emblem on the front, Sutherland Cup championship around the ring. Our last names are on the side here with your position or coach, whatever you may be. The final score of the last game against St. Catharines on this side, and then our goal song last year, Crank That, is underneath on the bottom. So, the Shaggy Shea family, they did a great job with these rings, and everybody is really, really appreciative of everything they do for this organization, and hopefully we can multiply this one this year.